You are live. Are we live? Are we live? I'm a little early. Maybe a few seconds early, but I see Patricia Bonds has made her way in the building. Hello, Patricia Bonds. I appreciate you coming through. I'm seeing a whole lot of new names, and this is definitely not a knock, meaning like because I have such a small community, I know each and every name I see because I touch upon it. Guess what? Y'all could have been here already. Because again, it's no bragging thing. I have over 3,000 people who are subscribed to me. However, it may be 60 people who comment. Maybe y'all been in the comments, and if I tell y'all, I ask, those comments are the currency. I'd stop asking for a like in the videos. I just think it's a polite thing to do. When you come in the house, when you come in our community, knock on the door, hit that like. Don't cost you nothing, but more importantly, I love those comments. I love the comments. I need the comments. It's my food. It's my energy. That's what it is. Now we popping in. Now we got the people coming in the building. Let's talk is in the house. What up, J Dub? Let me put it down. Because normally I don't start my live. It's about the 10-minute mark. Get the people to come around. Marcy Robbins from around the way. Hey, J Dub. Hey, everybody. There we got Miss Bell in the house. The Dub fams number one commenter. Pink and Cream. Hey, Jay and everyone. I appreciate you. Chicago girl. I love that name because with the lives, I like what people just say where they at. A lot of people have done it, but I just like we know automatically where you're from, girl. You from Chicago. Erica Griffin, good to see you back. Hey, Joe. Hey, J Dub, what's up with everyone? Let me slow down. I think I need to watch my pacing. I need to watch how this is something that's creating, and I just need to slow down a bit. Who we got? We got Shay in the house. Hi, everyone. We got Her Highness with the black heart, with the black love. Hey, Her Highness. We got Sugar 48. Hey, JD. I like that. That's my new name. Don't call me JD. Call me JD. Oh, y'all always got to do a mic check because my mic I got like a kind of different mic because I try to not to, what you call, crowd the camera. So yeah, somebody send me some. Let me know if my mic sound nice. Check one. And y'all know with the lives, I wear every single chain, even when I'm in the house. Even though these are capped. These are capped. I ain't ready to let them go. They capped, but I ain't ready to let them go. I ain't ready to free myself. I like this. It makes me feel like a rapper or something. Let me get back to my people. MG Bye. Hey, J Dub. What up? Sugar 48 from California. See, I told you, it's a conversation starter. I've never been to California. Been to Vegas a million times. I want to go to California so bad. I got to make time for it. It's a short life. I want to go all up the West Coast, all up the coast, San Diego, LA, and San Francisco. Even though I thought it was a short drive in between. I don't know much about geography because just share a fun fact. I always thought Hawaii was one, like, well, not one big island, but islands that are close to each other. And I found out they far away. That kind of disappointed me because I wanted to go to like all different ones. I'm like, oh, they all together. Who we get? Who else we got? See, Delightful DLB. She from South Kakalaki, as my people say up here, country old people say up here. There we go. A1 from day one. AW in the house. She always showing the support and love. Let me see. Sugar 48 said I'm an hour and a half from Vegas. So you must be like in the LA area. I'll be trying to work on my geography or whatever. So yeah, that must be it. So where we at? Where we at in the time? I don't see no. Oh, we got 4 minutes. So, like I said, we got about 6 minutes before we start. Let everybody come in the house. Tracy B. Hey, J Dub. So glad to see you, in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just appreciate everybody showing up because if not, I'm just talking to the screen. And that's okay. That's the way I came into this game. They say on YouTube, you can learn whatever you need on YouTube. And I did. And the little girl who taught me on YouTube has said, when you get on this camera, don't expect nothing. The people will come eventually. And that's exactly how I treat it. If just one person came or watched it later, I go with that. I knew one day somebody will watch eventually. And of course, I've had what do you call it? Overwhelming success. When I say success, meaning people gravitate to the channel. That's all I need, and it's not a certain number or anything like that. So this is a new face, a new in the ATL. Says enough. I love the names that tell you already where you at off the break. You're in the ATL. I love Atlanta. I've only been there one time. I was like, I could live here in real life, because I'm growing up in the DMV area, really primarily DC, Maryland and Virginia as I got older. I always wanted to live somewhere else. Always. I never wanted to stay here. I wanted to venture out and see what it's like because this is all I know. Meaning I've been to other places, but I haven't experienced to live in other places. And God willing, I will get to someday. Who we got? What we got? We got Shay. She said, I'm from Dallas, Fort Worth, and I'm looking forward to the new season of Ready Love. Me too, Shay. I'm going to try to keep I'm going to try to keep a positive attitude. And hopefully we're going to get something better this time, hoping and wishing and praying that they're going to kind of tweak it and give us a quality product because we deserve it. We put a lot of man hours, woman hours into this thing. And why not? And if the people telling you like, we need an improvement, we need something better, or go back with a what do you call it? The old formula. Why wouldn't they listen? They owe us that in real life, We support them. Who we got? Blondie Monique. Hello, everyone. Hey, Blondie Monique. So glad that you could make it. Yeah, we got about 3.5 minutes before we get started. This is a Friday night live just to kick off. This is like a hot topics thing. My little new segment where I speak on something that comes up in the news and might be small, might be big. And I usually start off with like a smaller subject and then get to the main event. And we all know who the main event is. Patricia Barnes. I'm from Virginia. I live in Decatur, Georgia now. Okay. Well, Patricia Barnes, what part of Virginia? Because it is like Virginia is huge. Like, are you from the north? Are you from the south? Like close to the DMV area, or you from the southern part? Just want to know because I like that stuff. There go my friend. Lenny J in the house. I'm so glad. The lives is not the same with Lenny J. I'm an energy person. I talk to y'all about that. And Lenny J, we have great energy. It bounces off of each other. And always good to see all of y'all, but Lenny J just a little bit more. So Jay Blake is in the house. Hey. Uh-oh. You got me dancing. we got my auntie in the house. Auntie's advice. Hey, J-Dub, I made it on time. Washington in the house. No transplant, DMV proud. That's right. Homegrown. It ain't nothing, I complain a little bit because I always wanted to go somewhere, but ain't nothing like being here. There's no place like this area, the area, as we say. We say the area. But yeah, and again, y'all, I got a shout out. Auntie is just like everyone in the chat. However, except she's a super YouTuber. And again, Auntie's advice is a big influence in me. I remind y'all because I don't want any plagiarism. They say flattery is the best. Imitating is the best compliment or whatever. However you say it, you know what I'm saying. When I say in my opinion, I get that from Auntie. What I'm saying. When I hear Auntie say that, it clears the room and puts her in a box and says, this is what I think. And because we have every right to think and feel how we want to. Now, if you want to feel your way, you can do that. But Auntie is a big influence on me. And I feel like a genius sometimes, not to brag on myself, because I said on my last live, and I mentioned Auntie. I didn't even see her live. I said, Auntie will read you a Bible scripture and then cuss you out. And she said that on her live previously before me seeing the live. That was hilarious to me. I felt like a genius. Or not a genius. I know my auntie. I'm telling you, she gives you a word. She can tell you something. She's filled with wisdom and she know her stuff and she'll give it to you straight up. And I love when she say batch, I wish I could say that. So let me go to Kimber. I'm telling you, I'm seeing a lot of new faces in the places. Again, y'all could have always been here. Y'all may have been not wanting to comment or whatever, because y'all know I be pushing them comments. Need the comment, like the comment, say something about the comment. I need that. Um, there you go. Imitation is the best form of flattery. I appreciate you. Y'all have my back, and that's what I needed to say. Yes, I am imitating Auntie because I love how she do that thing, and it fits me because I believe in that. Patricia Barnes says she's from the Northeast side, not DC, but from Virginia. So where we at? We're at the 10-minute mark. So let's go ahead and get into what we came from. And like I said, who wasn't in the building when I introduced? This is a new segment that I'm doing. It's a hot topics thing. I'm starting to go live even more because I really enjoy it, and especially it has a better energy. It's not so much like it's scripted and written. So it's like I'm going off the top of the dome, from the heart, from my head, how I'm feeling and feeling the energy. So that's what it's about. MG Ba said, Auntie is the truth. You better know that 100%. Akilla J says, hey, what up? Okay, there go Michelle Bird, Chi-Town Michelle Bird. What's up, J-Dub? In his house. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, I do the hot topic segments, things that may pop up in the news that spark my attention. And I just want to share my opinion about the subject. Because y'all into my opinion, and I appreciate that. Y'all make it known. Y'all like to hear from me. Even though sometimes we might not agree, y'all still like to hear from me. And that's what it's about. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start up with the warmer. We're gonna do a warm-up. We're not gonna go into something hot, but it's something I wanted to speak on. And of course, you've seen anything I speak on, it's out there in the YouTube streets. But let's start with the warmer before we get to the main event. Here we go. Russell Simmons versus Kamora Lee and their children. And I was like, I definitely had to speak on this because I got so many different opinions about it. And when we hear like some popular opinions, some unpopular opinions about it, because it like they said, two things can be true at the same time. And with this situation, just to go briefly over, if you have not heard about it, let me run over for a bit. It's a situation where Kamora Lee and Russell Simmons' children, Aoki and Ming Lee, they've been saying that like Russell Simmons has been terrorizing them, and he's been very like verbal abusive to him. And we have an idea that Russell Simmons he's got some situations going on. Something with Russell Simmons. The milk ain't clean. The man sell all his assets, his worldly treasures, and he just moved to Bali, which Bali is a non-extradition country. So that's not by by chance, because he has allegations of, I guess, of sexually abusing women. And I guess it's been documented that Russell Simmons has had this problem before, because if we're talking about Kamora Lee, his first wife, allegedly Kamora Lee was 16 years old when he met her. So, that brings up a burning red flag. I know people get into, legal terms. I guess you can consent to, I guess, a sexual relationship when you're 16 in some states or whatever. And he actually went to her mother and got her blessing. I don't know if he bought her or whatever the case may be. It's just a thing where it was never really talked about. And now people have different opinions. Well, saying like, oh, they're just trying to smear his name. He's hip hop royalty and all of that. Because what I understand that kicked this situation off is that one of their children, I think it was Aoki Lee, sent her mother a happy Father's Day, a Mother's Day. And I guess I maybe shouldn't have been looking in the bushes, but that would really trigger any father. I get that. I'm not saying that his actions are justifiable, but as a father, I know stuff like that would trigger me. And I get that part, but that their situation has so many levels going on. And not that I'm into Russell Simmons or Kamora Lee or whatever, but it's so layered there, because it's a lot of, I'm gonna call it foolery going on with that situation. Now, his children are saying that Russell is very abusive, verbally abusive to them when he calls, and he kind of like spazzes out on them and immediately asks them about their mother and calling her the C word and bees, calling him all of that because he feels like Kimora has stolen his money. Now, I don't know the situation, but Kimora's got some sketchiness going on over there. She was allegedly married to a billionaire who was already married to someone else, so she couldn't be legally married. However, he's her alleged husband has was caught up into some business deals where it was like a scam and it cost people hundreds of millions of dollars. And Russell Simmons kind of got caught up into that. And for some reason, when Russell went to Bali, he kind of transferred his money over to Kimora Lee and her alleged husband. And now he's like pretty much broke. Now, I would say that would absolutely drive anybody crazy if you sent over $200 million and they stole your money. Of course, he would be crazy and go crazy. However, it is no excuse or no reason, even though he created Run DMC, LL Cool J, all them people, that he would talk to his daughters like that. That was, to call them all kind of names, harass them. Aoki Lee saying that she has gone under medication and he refused to pay $100 a month for a therapist and all that kind of stuff, and like cut them off financially, and talks bad about their mother every time. Talks bad about her mother every time he speaks to them, and which is abusive to your children, even though they're grown. It's just the fact that there's a little part of me that really believes that allegedly Kimora Lee and her alleged husband took Russell's money. And I get that. I would be so furious and crazy, but what could bring you to talk to your children like that? Where they got videotape of you yelling and screaming and going crazy, and they got to block you and your kids on anxiety medication because every time they talk to you, you harassing them and all of that. So, granted, I don't think that it's okay that he's behaving that way, but also it's like a campaign. It feels sometimes like a smear campaign because like Kimora's coming out of the woodwork with all this information, which I thought she should have done a long time ago, but I guess they were friends at the time. So what this comment say? $300 million is a lot of money. I personally never liked the man, as you stated. Something about him just don't sit right with me. As they say, money is the root of evil. Money or family. Yep, don't do no business with your family. But yeah, at the same time, if they feel like they've been harassed, they feel like they've called the police and lawyers and all of that and got to block him. And if they unblock him, he's harassing them again. They do have the right to put it on the internet. I'm from the old school. I don't believe in the internet beefs, especially with your parents or anything like that. It's just that I don't deal with conflict like that, because it's like in my thing, if we beefing on the internet, we ain't got no more relationship. That's how strongly I feel about it, because we can handle it amongst ourselves, whether whose fault it is or whatever. But you can write me off if you beef with me on the internet and you my family and you my people. But they come from a different place. They're the younger generation, and Kimora Lee she's not in the younger generation, but she comes from a different place. It's just the fact that, hey, something's going on while the man moved to Bali and gave all his money up and gave his life up. There's something going on that he gave Kimora Lee all his money, and now he's upset and telling her she going to jail and all, because there is some allegations where, like, just the amount of money that Russell gave her husband has lawyer fees in the $200 million range fighting this scam case. So it's very fishy, but I just don't like that. I'm gonna throw a part that way. I am from the old school, but the fact of the matter is that normalizing whether your dad's up here or just a regular man or whatever, the fact that we got to normalize men abusing their children verbally is absolutely ridiculous. I heard Jess Hilarious do a commentary on that, and even Al Reynolds on Fox Soul. They just saying like, oh, he did all these things and accomplishment, because just because your father or the man in your life accomplished great things doesn't give him a pass to be abusive towards you. And I think that's kind of ridiculous. Is there something more there? Of course it is. But I don't know if we'll ever know. So pretty much that was it. I just thought it was like such a big double standard. I get the old school thing, keep it in the house and keep it, but everybody's not from that era. Everybody don't hold true to those standards. But I don't believe in protecting someone just because they're successful, anything like that. So I think it's just quite ridiculous. Like, oh, he did that, so he did all these wonderful things in music, so he can do that. So okay, let me see what we got here. What did Killer J say? I think they did take the money, but did it legally, and he should not have put himself in this comment right here. That's absolutely. He took a great risk trusting his ex-wife with her new husband just because he was a billionaire that she would do right by him because they got in trouble. It's like people who in the streets and they do crime. When they cool, we all good doing crime. But when I get caught and I'm facing 100 years, most people get to tell him. Most people are going to do what comes natural, self-preservation. So if it means you or them, it's definitely going to be you, buddy. So I definitely get that. Let me see. Erica Griffin. I believe Russell did give Kimora his money to invest. They stole it. He's wrong for going off his door. Be mad at Kimora. Exactly. I don't care what you do. Run a car, send a car and run it through her front gate at the Beverly Hills mansion. But to like destroy your daughter's mental health behind that, because that is very abusive. Do you know, like, I'm talking to a lot of women, like people who hold their fathers in high regard. You can be 50 years old, but you will still have the highest respect for a good father. And you wouldn't come at him in a certain way. So you wouldn't expect your father to dog you out and be abusive towards you. And sometimes people are still in those little kid places. So it's absolutely, I'm sure Aoki and little Ming Lee, even Ming Lee is the older one. It's just, I like saying little Ming Lee. That's a problem. That's very hurtful. That is absolutely abusive. So yeah, Marcy Robinson said, "Stop being mad and pursue legal channel." He probably ain't got no more money. They took all his money. He told me he can't pay $100 a month for Aoki's $100 therapy bill or whatever. And then she said that, I think I'm making this part up, but let's say she was in Thailand and he immediately cut her rush card off in Thailand. She was like trying to get a cab or something, didn't have no money at all. He cut her off and said, "Well, why don't you get your mother?" She's like, "Dad, it's 11 o'clock at night out here. I'm by myself. I'm in a foreign country. I need help." She said those words. Now, like, even if a father has an estrangement with their daughter, to hear those words and to still cut her off like that, she's saying, "I'm in danger. I need help. I'm in a foreign country. I need money for a Thailand Uber." No, I'm like, he went way off the chain. But yeah, I just want to speak on that. It's not okay if Russell Simmons did it or Russell Jackson did it. It's not cool. It's not good. But yes, like Marcy Robinson said, get some legal, get a court-appointed attorney, but he don't have no money. He ain't got no money. And maybe it's a part of dealing with those allegations. Like you reap what you sow. I don't make the judgment, but yeah, we know there's some strong sexual allegations against him. That's why he fled the country, because he probably didn't want to spend the rest of his life in jail, because he probably knows that stuff is true. So yeah, what Marquisha Ben said. Russell never respected women. Go back to the 90s when he was on a documented the show. I'm not surprised by his action now. I definitely got to go back and see, because I don't even remember the show, but I watch all that stuff. I watch Crush Groove and all. I'm into that. That's my thing. I'm into that era. So I have to go back and see that, because I'm not surprised. And they always bring stuff out too late. I know we live in a different time, but this stuff should have been came out long time ago. All right, well, let's go to the next. Let's go to the main event. What we all been waiting for. I need to take a sip. I need to take a drink, because I need to take my time with this one. I need to take my time on this one. Let's do it. The new info brought by Simone's interviews about Rasheed. And when I say new interviews, I mean Simone did an interview with Kamisha Reviews. It was like a dual interview. She really did it on her channel. Kamisha ran it, as well as with Kojo on Little Black Book 91. And I have to say, I have to say, Jay, from another round, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much because I did my warm up on Russell Simmons. So we just getting started here. So we're gonna let this simmer. We're gonna let this sizzle, like my man Michael Jackson say on This Is It documentary. Let it sizzle. Let me take a drink. We gonna let this thing sizzle. How Martin do it. Hey, these chains is capped. But anyway, yeah, I mean, these interviews were so it brought what I said they would. Simone has a side, and boy, did she bring her side to the front. And it said a lot. It said a whole lot. I'm telling you. That's why I said I'm gonna take my time with this because I mean, and the people in these comments, my people, I can mention a whole bunch of names in this comments because like I did a live panel with another round and Jamie over Sabrina Soul's channel, and we had a very deep discussion. Please go to the Sabrina Soul channel and check our live. It was very, very, very interesting. But yeah, it was what I thought it gave me everything that I needed to, and it also gave me insight on who she is and the stuff that she's going through or where she's at as a person. Now, granted, I don't know her just from just from her doing the interviews, but I got a real sense of her because as I said in the live on Sabrina Soul's panel, I do have a superpower, just in case y'all don't know. Y'all my people, if y'all don't know what my superpower is, I got a superpower of picking up energy. And that's how I knew from the beginning it was stirred up in me when I peeped Rashid and Simone's connection. I knew it. I knew it from the beginning. And people, again, they still think I'm hating. Even on Sabrina Soul channel, they think I'm hating. Oh, he's weird. He got a crush on Simone. He going too hard on Rasheed. You know, I tell it how I see it and how it is. And then people start talking crazy like, oh, J-Dub is talking out of character. I'm gonna have to, when I go back on Sabrina Soul channel again, I'm gonna have to reintroduce for the people who don't know me, because this is what I do. I talk. I'm a straight shooter. I say what I say. That's the model of this channel, and I'm gonna give it to you how I see it. Whether sometimes it could be a little insensitive, okay, that's fine. I have the right to speak my platform. I don't have to be hating on nobody because there's no hate in me. Jeremy Speaks TV. I gotta send a special shout out to Jeremy Speaks TV, another YouTube content creator. You got to get over on Jeremy Speaks TV channel, because when you want the raw, you want the real, and the animation, it's an experience you'll never forget. And I forgive me another round. I gotta shout out another round. That's Jay, Chef Jay. She has her own YouTube channel as well. Check her out. And she is like the #1 moderator. She does wonders, and she's everywhere. She might be I can't say call her #1 commenter. She's busy. She's always working. She's always at a channel. She's always doing her thing and being on panel. So you definitely seen her around in the YouTube streets. Look at this. I like this. Hold up. Marcy Robbins, you are hating. I'm a what? You're a target? Is that what that's saying? Tell me that. Tell me what I'm saying. Tell me that. Yvette, I want to say it, Hilaire, if I'm saying it right. I respect your opinion. I got bad eyes. I'm getting old. I appreciate that. And that's what I'm here. I'm here for the people who love what J-Dub say. And I don't mean agree with me. Love my style, whether you agree with it or not. And that's all I come for. If you don't like it, click the channel wherever I'm at. And that's all good. Because obviously there's someone who likes it. You know what I'm saying? That's everybody. You don't like it, somebody else gonna like it. You feel me? Oh, Jeremy speak. I had had to fight with Samson literally on live. I did on Sabrina channel. I know how you feel. Oh, I saw that live when you did with Samson. And the first thing I said, damn, I'm glad I wasn't on that live because that was triggering. Challenger H said, put your glasses on. I ain't bring them. I don't know where they at. They somewhere around this house, somewhere they upstairs. I don't know. TM says, be you. I could not agree anymore. Oh, okay, Marcy Rock. I know Marcy Rock, my homegirl. I know she didn't call me. I'm no hater. I'm on target. I'm on point. I didn't think that. That's why you got to clarify, with the emojis. I'm getting old. So yeah, let me get back to the thing. I got ADHD like Simone and Rashid. So I got off track. But yeah, it brought a lot of insight to me. And yeah, Miss Hazel says, "What have I missed? You ain't missing. I'm warming up. We get ready to get into this. Because I said I'm gonna take my time with this because it deserves time. And like just what I got from the situation was Simone's side of it, and I thought, I thought that, let me read this. J-Dub, I'm all in with you. You're a realist. We gullible. That's it. That's all. That was funny. so yeah, I mean, I'm distracted by these comments, but it's a part of the game. Tina Bree said, no, they were saying Coach had a crush on Simone. He was about to shoot his shot with his unbuttoned shirt. I almost decided to come with like an unbuttoned shirt. I didn't know if y'all would have got it or not. Yeah, but I didn't shave my chest and all that. Because that was funny. He was definitely shooting his shot. Kojo did say he would like to move into one of Simone's 3 properties. I heard him say that. So yeah, let me go because like I said, my ADHD or ADD is kicking in. I didn't take my pill, but just the fact of the matter that yeah, I learned a lot of insight, and it was like I'm gonna go from what I see off. It was AW mentioned like in the comments. I don't think Rashid is telling the whole story, and AW was absolutely right. Rashid did not tell the whole story. He left out some of his capping. 100%. And now, I used to joke about the financial infidelity, but that's exactly what it is. It was a made up term, but no, it's real. He definitely committed financial infidelity. And overall, what I gotta see, or what I get to know is that Simone went all out for this man. She went above and beyond. And guess what? It's okay to do that because as I told you, I'm not a believer in what do you call 50-50. And then when I say 50-50, it doesn't mean like in terms of money. That means anything. Like my belief, in my opinion, there go Auntie's advice come up. In my opinion, we're not living in let's say the older times, the olden days. My son say that when he was young, the olden days. We don't live in the olden days where it's just one dynamic of the family or how things go. You have to go with what works in your relationship because things are different. Because I'm going to be all over the place. Because like, let's say when we go into when a lot of women say, hey, they want a provider, they want a man to lead them and lead the house, is in my belief for sure that what do you call it? If your wife makes more than you as a man, does now she become the leader? I say absolutely not, because one day your wife becomes the vice president of a Fortune 500 company, and because she now has a $500,000 salary, she has the role of the man. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Things shift, things change, money goes, but Simone again went above and beyond. Like we were wondering, like, how Simone go along with the man he had $250,000 in debt. It didn't start out like that. He was like 100 in, like including his student loans and his credit cards. And this woman, I'm gonna jump. What's the term I can use? She mothered this man in his whole life, trying to clean up his whole life to address every deficiency in his life. addressing his mental health, where she got him a therapist, paid for his sessions, his medication, got him a financial advisor, gave free legal services to this man to clean up collection debts that he owed and he was being sued for, that he really created. What's next? What else did she do? Oh, got him did I say got him help for therapy? And made a plan for his whole life to clean it all up. And he reneged on it. Rashid is a renegger. He reneged on everything. And the fact, Miss Golden did good. Yep. Worked the man a PPP loan out for him. Like, she did everything for him. When I say everything, and look, I ain't knocking her. She went, like, they were married. She was down. She's a ride or die. That's a choice. But like with Kojo stated last night that she went too far. It was above and beyond. But again, that's what she felt like she wanted to do for a man. Because again, I could tell from the way she was speaking, Simone got some insecurities. Because I heard her mention, well, when I met him, I used to be so pretty. I don't have enough time. I'm running out of time. And I got that. That's a real thing. Because let's be real. Let's be honest. As women get older, even if they're successful, even if they're beautiful, their options dwindle. It's a fact. And the fact that, like, the man that she's looking for likely wants a younger woman. Now, granted, there's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. There's nothing wrong with what she did. It's just the fact that the evidence was so overwhelming that this was such a bad idea that it just blew up in her face and she could not take it anymore. Then from him completely abandoning everything that he agreed to, working with a therapist, he tells her, oh, well, I don't like the therapist. I ain't going no more till you go. Got ADHD medicine for him. He stopped taking it and refused to refill it. Financial planner. He did not stick to the plan and went and got over $100,000 of a loan, even though they had an agreement in place that they would not spend more than $1,000. He got loans in other people's name because he didn't have credit to do so. When he agreed, that's something that he would never do. As another round pop-up, see, I need that kind of stuff. Another round said yesterday, it's like dealing with a gambler. That's a sickness. Like, people blamed it on Simone of like, oh yeah, she was intimidating, or she was living this lavish lifestyle and she made him do all this. No. Rashid did this in his first marriage, destroyed it because of financial reasons, brought that over to the relationship with her and Simone that wasn't cleaned up, and did the same thing he did to his last wife with those finances. Simone went and said, you know what? You can have my car. You could drive my Maserati. Let's buy a regular car. Simone isn't into the lifestyle. Simone isn't into the fronting. She's saying, let's have a nice car and get a regular little car like a Prius or Honda or something like that. And I'm glad. Let me jump on this because I gotta say that, because if y'all see the thumbnail in this, a gambler or crackhead, Simone referred to Rashid and saying that she didn't give the ring back because she believed, like, hey, would you give a crackhead a lump sum of money? She's like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. That's a bad analogy. And that's why I put Tyrone Biggums up there scratching on the thumbnail, because she said that you can't take it back. It was funny as hell, but she's absolutely right. You don't put a lump sum of money in a person who has money issues. So just the fact of the money, like he sabotaged that whole relationship. She bent over backwards. Like I said, she was willing to give him his car. Now, guess what? That's probably the only thing I can relate. I can relate to what do you call Rashid's thinking. Because guess what? J Dub is the car guard too. I'm not the car guard, but if I had some real money, the cars would be nasty. Every one of them. Probably about 6 of them. I can't lie. I get it. But if you ain't got it, there's no way in hell I would spend $3,400 on some goddamn cars. There's no way. There's no way. And I love cars. I love them. They're fun. You know, I guess it's like the kid in us as we grow up. I love cars. I know a lot about all cars, from Hyundais to Bentleys. I know about them. However, I have to killing in the comments on Sabrina Soul Live. I get that it's an addiction, but you can't be that irresponsible to spend $3,400. And they live in Texas. I know their mortgage, his mortgage that's in his mama's name, ain't $3,400. And like Simone said, he's not like a business sense. He's like a flipper. He's like a quick scheme guy. He doesn't have a business plan. He thinking like, how can I make this fast money? And just the fact that he took the time to go behind her back after she did a yarn to fix his life in every aspect, and he committed financial infidelity and doubled the debt. When she going to court to get him out of debt, throwing away debt, and having him promise, like she have him write out a promissory note. The mortgage probably ain't over. You are absolutely right. In Texas, absolutely, and still live nice. $3,400 in car notes. And she wondered, like, damn, why we broke? Why you ain't never got no money? And then on top of that, the man don't show up for like her birthdays. The man don't show up when it's time to pay for a wedding that he promised, and upped the budget. Like, this was his. Let me tell you like this. You know, he's supposed to be to manipulate. This was the perfect time to say, you know what? I can barely do anything for your birthday. Forget them 2 drip minimums that you require from your man. I'm on a financial budget. He could have did that if that's what his thing. Because she, at the end, she said, you know what? In real life, this man don't prioritize me. It's all give on that side. It's all give. And that's what it looked like. That's what it came to be. And it just got so bad at the point where when he was supposed to come up with his $10,000 because it was a $30,000 budget, her parents, who are retired, wanted to give another $10,000. She would give $10,000, he would give $10,000, and he kept not being able to make the payment. This guy, and again, we're not saying he's a bad guy. The guy has some issues, you know. We don't, because we got to be politically correct in this world. But this guy promised this lady a birthday trip. This man canceled 3 days before it was supposed to go down. This lady went to the store with her girlfriends, bought all the clothes that she wanted. So excited. My boo taking me on the birthday trip. You know about that trip? We can't go because I ain't got it. OMG. Are you kidding me? What kind of heartless person that could do something like that? Like, and then Simone would say, you know what? With all this stuff, with the trip, I got 100,000 points on Delta miles. I could have paid for the trip or the room, and maybe he paid for the flight, or vice versa. But you need to talk to me just to tell me, because she said, guess what? If you didn't even have the money, if you was financially strapped, I could have went with my girlfriends, but you did that for ego. You didn't want me to be out there having a good time without you. That's not the characteristics of a good guy. That's not. I promise you. That's not. He got some issues. So I think I kind of covered it. No, it's got to be more issues. It's got to, because I'm gonna get to Simone in a minute. I'm gonna get to Simone. I gotta get to her because she deserves getting to. But I'm trying to make sure I cover because I'm doing all this off the top of my dome. I'm definitely doing all this at the top of my dome. So I just don't want to really, I don't really want to miss nothing. So as Simone started to think like, damn, you keep missing my birthday. You can't come up with the wedding money twice. Why I ain't got no money? Because they got $3,400 worth of cars in the garage. And I'm gonna jump out there. I think there might be lease because she was saying that it was some type of investment because he is the car god. He's the god. So he's making investments on, as Simone said, depreciating assets. You're hustling or counting on making money. And Simone also revealed he was counting on some type of, what do you call it? How do you do it? Like some partnership or some, I lost the words. It's stuff they say on Love and Marriage Huntsville, whatever, sponsorship, so they could get that wedding paid for. He was banking on that. And I don't know where he got that idea from or who offered him a deal or whatever the case may be. He was banking on all of that, but none of that came into fruition. Now, as I said, I mean, this lady went above and beyond. When I say ride or die, she was willing to do anything for this man till she was pushed to the limit. She had to say, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, this is way too much. But guess what? I guess if y'all can remind me anything that more so he did, I'm gonna go ahead and switch into Simone. Now, after saying all of that and getting all that information, I don't believe Simone is done. Not even a piece. I think she already told on herself. Like in real life, I know this is fresh, but in so many words, she said, and she might not in so many words, I think she said it more so like she did this to wake him up or get his attention. Like, you got to straighten up. But the fact is that you can't straighten this kind of stuff up in a couple of months so you can be married later this year. That's not how this works. He don't want to go to therapy. He don't want to go to therapy. He don't want to stick to the budget. He don't want to take his ADD or ADDH medicine. Like what is going on? Alice B. Gray said, we talk about math. You know what? I didn't prepare for maths today. I didn't, but it is coming. I know you in the maths, and I apologize for disappointing you. What else would I say? I got off track for a minute. Yeah, and another thing, like Simone was really going in the fact that she switched the whole narrative. She was like, well, you know what? He was a provider, and everything I needed him, he was like at the forefront of it, and he was there for me. This guy would take me out to nice dinners and cut my grass. I'm like, what kind of low-hanging expectations of a fruit are we talking about? He took you to a nice dinner and he cut your grass. Because now he's out there like stalking her. She left him, but they try to say now the narrative is that they decided to be apart. Rashid said, no, she left me. She was done with me. But she's not done. And she admitted that she's a codependent person, and more so like, yeah, she's into fixing people. She's into projects. She wants to help people. That's her thing. And the fact of the matter is, it's like, when is enough enough? But there is a famous saying, an old saying, only you know when you've had enough. And she's not done. She says it over and over. She loves this man. This is her best friend. This I don't know. I don't know how a habitual liar and a renigger can be your best friend. I mean, those qualities. I don't know how they're there. You know, I just don't. I don't understand. I just don't understand the thing. But again, I'm not Simone. I'm not in her shoes. But it just sounds so bad. It sounds off like a granite. No one is perfect. Again, anybody expecting, let's say, one person to have everything that you want. You know, it's a rule out there. There's a lot of old stuff out there that still applies. It's an 80-20 rule. Like, if your person has 80% of what you need from your person, you're doing pretty good. You can't be perfect. So, all that I heard, there's nothing that she said that could have absolutely outweighed what he got going on. She did everything in their power to help. But like I said, turned into his mama in real life. That's no joke. And again, like I said, she was aware, as I told y'all before, I didn't know the story, but she was aware that the house they were living in was in his mother's name. That expensive electric Porsche Taycan was in his mama's name, but she didn't know about the extra $100,000+ that he was getting loans from his friends and concerned about messing their credit up. So that's why he didn't have no money. Because then she started to cap for him. She like, oh, he was paying household bills and all that. No, he wasn't. It may have been some coming out there. He paying out all them loans he got out. And you know, she got real like defensive of him. She started making all these types of excuses for him. And as I said, that's the man that has always had her back. And she revealed also that she suffers from the same thing that he got going on. She got ADD or ADHD as well. And she been kind of crazy and with her medicine and all that going on. It was a lot of unpopular variables that's like, why were y'all together again? Why? You know, and I feel like it was a form of desperation. That's what it looked and felt like. And I'm gonna jump out there, and it's gonna be a very, 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 very unpopular opinion. She was capping from the jump. She knew and chose to ride with him. Tanja J, I'm telling you, she knew the deal. She knew the deal. This what I need right here. Miss 86 Hazel Eyes. Yes. I'm gonna jump out there. I'm jumping out there because Miss Hazel Eyes helped to push me through there. I'm blaming, you know, I'm blaming like on like Rashid. The fact that the way she was talking, and 1 minute she started talking about, you know, and that little baby, talking about his 10-year-old son, and then go right back to speaking regular. That reminded me that was a little Rashidish. And I felt it was performative. I know the camera was far away. I didn't see no tears. But it felt, I could be wrong. Is she hurt? Of course she's hurt. Is she embarrassed? She says she's not embarrassed. I'm telling her she's embarrassed. Even though she knew, because it's all out in the front. Oh, my light went out. It's all out in the front. I don't even think I need it, but I'm gonna put it back anyway. It's all out in the front, and she's looking like the fool. You know, they got a song too. Everybody plays the fool sometimes, and that's real. There's no exception to the rule. You better believe that. Because yeah, I'm not like saying judging, because that she chose to ride with that man. She knew the deal, and she did everything she could until she could not do anymore. But I don't think she's done. And again, it came off a thing where it was like a little cap on her end. And guess what? I'm gonna throw a conspiracy theory. I don't believe this, but in the back of my mind, because I'm watching both performances, they could be in cahoots. I don't know, because that Ages and Stages Rasheed interview is jumping. And this is definitely a money grab. They're getting paid for their pain. And again, she has alluded so many times that she is not done. She not. She not. Even Little Black Book tried to save her. He looked like he trying to get her, like he had the chest open and all that. But he was just telling her, like, giving her all the affirmations. You was smart, you was special, you was kind, you was beautiful. Because she started telling me, I'm not as beautiful as I was before. Like, she didn't got so old. Maybe because she said she's stressed out. She losing her hair. She about to look like J Dub. So that's a problem. At this point, they getting married. He should be adding. They should be coming together like this and growing and building. But you can't build a healthy relationship on lies and deceit. And you try to cover for them. Like, it's just I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I call her ride or die. She went for a man. I felt like, just like she said, she admitted herself, like she don't really have no options. She run out of time. Her clock is ticking. She want to have a baby. She been wanting to have a baby, but it's bad. And like I said, Kojo tried to pour into the woman, like, oh, okay, like, please, I'm telling you, girlfriend, don't go back. Let the nail be in the coffin, drill that hole, put some cement on it, set it on fire, put a bomb on it, all that stuff. You could tell she is so in it and ready to go back. She just want him to straighten up. And that's the thing. He's a self-proclaimed liar. They both know that he's a manipulator. And all that stuff is a part of manipulation. She was like, she would keep mentioning, oh, he really wasn't manipulating. Everything that he does is a manipulation of the situation. Y'all broke up, you ain't talking, but he outside cutting the grass at 2 a.m. That's manipulation, because that's what she believes. Like, because that's what she put up there. She said, he's there for me. He takes me to nice dinner and he cuts my grass. He cuts my grass. That's why how they was putting out there. Remember, I was on the live with Sabrina. Stacey B was on the time. Like, yeah, he is helping her with her house and property. I guess he's out there cutting the grass or whatever. Hey, some people don't ask for much. It's just the fact that right now it's feeling performative on both ends. It's feeling like cap. It's feeling like cap. Granted, I know her heart was in it. She helped him. That was her piece of man. And the fact that so much, not so much so the money issue. It's just the fact that he's a professed liar, a manipulator, a salesman. And when people say, "Oh, J-Dub, a salesman," don't mean that ain't a bad thing. That's his occupation. I'm saying no to that, because I don't mean a salesman in the sense that he's selling cars, that he's going to sell you a story. He's going to sell you a lie. He's going to sell you an explanation. And even though Simone know it don't make any sense or it ain't the truth. But let's back this one up. Let me take a sip on this one. Because all subjects come through this. Because it's like, even Simone tried to get into the Ebony K. Williams spectrum, and we got that in the Yonla Van Zandt. Tell me something. Like, she get frustrated. Look, I didn't deal with it. Yonla said I didn't went and got me a bus driver that drive an electric car. So what's up? Women don't need to be lowering their standards. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you don't have a bus driver, because bus drivers have steady incomes. Bus drivers have pension and benefits. That was Simone's, like, one of her things. She realized as an attorney, they stay married for 10 years, regardless of what happens. She's going to have to share her hard-earned pension with Rashid. He doesn't have one. He's 45 years old. Scary as hell. Unless your man got $1 million and he's 45 years old, if he don't have no pension, leave right now or leave in the morning. I'm telling you, that ain't no joke. You cannot work all your life. And if you do, you're going to be working in ailing health. That's the point of going to work for a company all these years. So one day you can stay home, do what you want, and they pay you. That's real talk. These are basic minimums I'm trying to tell you. This ain't nothing crazy because whatever you're doing, you should have a career. And granted, how again, Ebony K. Williams dogged the bus drivers. The women said, "Oh, we don't do all this." Because I took offense to that. I took offense to that because it's like, again, I don't. What do you call it? I don't subscribe to this new IG world. When do we start dogging plumbers and bus drivers for their profession? That's a lot of how people y'all came up in this world. And not only that, let's just say this. Let's go off on it because we bring in Ebony K. She's always there. They're basing a bus driver off of what they make in St. Louis. J-Dub lives in the DMV, the district, the Maryland, the Virginia area. I can tell you, this ain't cap. On easy, not hard at all. I know personally bus drivers that make six figures. When I say six figures, over $100,000. Easy, a whole lot of them. And not only that, because of the wages raised, there's some that's making $200,000. Granted, they're working pretty much every day other than their vacation. But I promise you, J-Dub ain't cap. Y'all know I ain't cap. If it wasn't real, I wouldn't be saying it. Seen it, know it with my own eyes. So I'm not selling bus drivers to you ladies, but the fact that Simone brought that up in terms of, I listen to it, y'all. I got a bus driver and, listen, an electric car. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm gonna get Tanja H. No, at that time, they had based it on that video off of bus driver's salary in St. Louis, just to let you know. But yeah, Capricorn Moon Guarders. Hey, Capricorn Moon Guarders, love the name, love your comments. Yeah, this is real talk. J-Dub ain't cap. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Now, granted, I'm not selling the bus driver to you, but let's talk about substance. So that's when Simone brings up, I got a bus driver. You don't have no bus driver. You don't have no bus driver. Bus drivers have steady salaries. Bus drivers have the potential to make in the big city areas six figures. Easy. And they have great pensions that they don't have to live off yours. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Just listen to Stride. I'm from DC, born, and you're right. People would love to drive. Absolutely. All you gotta do is look at the parking lot. There's some car guards out there. That's all I can tell you. And this ain't no cap. So yeah, I mean, I didn't like the whole thing, just all around. And Simone is smart. She's an intelligent woman. She makes some great points of seeing that she's aware, but she still seems a bit delusional. I don't know if it's her ADHD. I don't know. But just the fact that this lady ain't done. This lady has not seen enough not to go back. And when you care more than somebody else cares about themselves, sometimes you gotta let them have at it. Because it got to a point, bringing up other points, it got to a point where, excuse me, what Rashid was doing, he even went to her father, Simone's father, and let him know, hey, I'm going to be more responsible. I'm going to get into, a financial counseling. I'm going to get into mental health counseling. I'm going to do all that stuff. When do you have to promise a woman's father at age 45 and write him a letter that you got to do better? Danny Owens, yo, J-Dub. Hey, Danny. Yeah, I mean, it's something. Look at this. This is what it. Did I miss one? Did I miss one time? Auntie is a from the area, and Auntie speaking. All the metro boys I know got homes with acres and great pensions and legitimate LLCs. Yeah, they doing it. It's not a game. It's nothing to talk about. There's no fronting. There's no cap. They got it, and they doing it. Because why? They can get unlimited money. So it's a thing. But some people don't know. But that's fine. I don't want to sell a bus driver to any of the ladies. You want to, you stick with the car guard with no pension and go off of that. Yeah, he's He's a master manipulator, a self-proclaimed liar, and he dogged a good woman. She went above and beyond, broke her back for this man. And again, he just do what he do. He got that problem. He got that money problem. He got that engine, that spending problem, that lifestyle problem, that insecure. So yeah, we're imperfect humans. So, but you got to clean that up. You got to clean it up. I don't know what his first wife. I can't say you messed over a good woman, but you did the same thing to her. Now you're gonna do the same thing to Simone, and Simone did everything. Simone was your damn lawyer, freeing you up from $10,000 debts. She said she never gave him the money. I don't believe that. And now, like in real life, he's not working. Now she said, "Oh, he's got his dream job now, and I'm sure he's gonna get promotion soon. So, like, really, I can work with him later." I called Cap. I don't know what is his dream job. He works at the Chevrolet dealership now in Houston. I don't know. She didn't say what that was, but let's see what Jenny writes. Let's go to the comments. Jenny writes, I wouldn't call him mass manipulated. Simone just you go blame Simone. Well, the man said he's a manipulator, and when people tell me who they are, I believe them. I don't question it. I don't even say, oh no, he's not a narcissist, even though he said it. I just don't get into the diagnosis because I'm not Dr. J Dub. But the man tell me he a narcissist. The man tell me he a liar. The man tell me he a manipulator. Regardless of the reasons, I believe him. I'm going to believe him. That's what it is. And that's what it is. Brother Feel Good in the house. Simone was a willing participant. And absolutely. Everybody gave her the victim story. Oh, he pulled the wool over his eyes. He was doing, oh my God. No, she knew. She knew. It's just that the fact that he betrayed her trust when she trying to help him. She tell him, don't buy nothing, don't make $1,000 move without telling me. He'd be like, okay, babe. And then start getting loans from his friends. She got him a PPP loan because he was broke from his business during COVID. Yeah. $3,400 worth of car notes in Texas. I don't care if it's in DC, but in Texas. And give an example. I forgot who said it. That house note probably ain't $1,700. You got $3,400 in car notes. He is the car god. I mean, my goodness. I mean, like I said, I love the cars too, but I don't love them that much. So yeah. If it's anything else I'm getting, I feel exhausted just dealing with this situation because I knew it was coming. I knew we would get some insight. I knew there was more to the story. He did not reveal. That's why I was telling y'all. I'm like, y'all so impressed. Well, he came clean. He did this. Only somebody kind of shifted my my opinion was PO when I did the live panel with Sabrina. He came from a very empathetic place. However, to me, he gave a lot of fillers. He forgot to tell us that he took out another $100,000, over $100,000 loans behind Simone's back when she was only trying to help him. When she took over his whole life, and he still betrayed her. And I'm like, are we serious? Are we for real? And the fact that he would not. There's ways. Even being a car guard, even if you take a loss, where you may have to turn one of those cars in. Your credit's already bad. Let something go. Be able to provide for the house because she called him a great provider. And Kojo asked her, so Simone, he got all this going on. How the hell is he going to be a great provider? This is what she say. She say, well, he never had a problem with. He had the light bill on. He had the gas bill. That was good. And I guess they wasn't getting put out the house that was in his mama name. I'm like, really? Like, come on now. So again, she was caping for him and Rashid was capping. He left out a whole lot of stuff. I didn't need to hear what type of lunchbox he had, how the weather was when he first got bullied, or when his parents expected so much of him. Get to the meat and potatoes of what happened between you and Simone. We're making excuses at this point, like I said. And how could Simone even think about going back? He don't have a salary. He don't have a steady salary. Well, now she says he has his dream job of what that is. But oh God, like I said, it ain't about the money thing. In real life, if you with somebody, you can build with them. If they got something, you do have to bring something to the table. Because if you got all this debt to your eyeballs, you got to have some real money to pay it off, or have a plan and stick with it. She created everything. She fixed everything in his life. She set him up for success to come out of all that mess. He refused to do it. It is a problem. It is a vice, a spending problem, an image problem, a gambling problem. He, like Simone said, he will risk it all just to do a flip. And she's saying, I'm not into the dope boy mentality, or you hustling. We need business plans. We too old for this. We can't take these kind of risks. Like I said, if he got rid of some of the cars, he could have paid for his part of the wedding. And Simone said, sure, I could have loaned him the money. But she said, at this point, he's not even making efforts to make this important to him. He keep paying them. I don't know what he's paying, but he's sustaining those $3,400 in car notes and getting $100,000 loans behind her back after he promised he didn't. How can you go on? How can you go on? I got a super chat from Brother Feel Good. Always Feel Good says Simone should have kept Rashid as her man, not her client. Provide support and love, but men are not construction projects. Plus, she was at the parties and vacations knowing he couldn't afford it. That's what Phil. And absolutely, Phil, I totally agree with you, because at the same time, she knew his situation in and out. There should have been no splurging. But she did say, pretty much she paid for the trips. So that's why she was able to go on. They were able to go on, and she could afford it. She was paying for them trips. He wasn't paying for nothing. And she said the ring wasn't capped. She wasn't capped. The ring wasn't capped. It was real. I don't know how he got it. He hustled, he borrowed, stole, whatever the case may be. But that's why she's holding. She's refusing to give it back. Let's see what my friend Lenny J say. Damn, now we shaming women for wanting to help the city. Well, I wouldn't call it shaming. I would call it. It kind of went too far, because Simone is a highly intelligent and educated woman, and not only that, she specializes in background, and she advises other women. This is a specialty. She advised other women and give them information, the same situation that she in, to say, damn, here's the information. What are you going to do with this? Because it's alarming. And she knew it. And not only that, she helped them. No, I'm with it. I told you, I'm not into a 50-50. Wherever your partner has strength, y'all should be going back and forth, bouncing off each other. I'm not shaming it. I'm just saying that it's not in my time. It's not in my time. But the fact of the matter is just like, there's no way to ignore all of that. This man meant no good to her. Sorry to this man. Her expectations were very low. She has some hard insecurities. No, I'm with it. If she's in a position to help and she can help, and she did. I told she's a ride or die. I'm with it. But he totally discarded that. It turns off into self-centeredness. Again, the manipulation was running hard. That's how he was able to get further and further with him. I'm not blaming her, but everybody plays a part in every situation. You contribute to it no matter what. So, yeah, because she says she got to have a man with money. She keeps saying, at our big grown age, nothing he had going on spelled big grown age. None of it. So, no, not shaming. No, because people have kind hearts. People love to lend their expertise. However, it went bad. It went very bad. Lenny J said, I feel you, friend. Okay, I just want to explain that. Make sure again, we don't have to agree, but I just want to give you the side. It's no shame. And like I said, I'm not the 50-50 guy because this is a new world. In my opinion, what I believe, because this is a new day. This is a new day of back in the day, the household bills might have been $300. Now the cable bill with the Wi-Fi included is $300, and there's 2, 3, 4 cars outside, and it's private schools to do, and all types of subscriptions, and the biggest hustle I ever thought is when they start putting that $30 internet bill on our phone. It's a lot of money going out. And unless your man is rich, it's hard to say, to provide for me, I need you to do everything. That could be a reach depending on the life that you live. Now, however, I like how Simone said. She said, I was okay with living in the setup of what Rashid had going on because I wanted to live in the mindset of living off one income. I think that's very smart because especially like what they got going on, anything can happen at any time. So when you got all these bills and all these expenses, if something go wrong and yet money ain't right and you saving, you're gonna fall. Especially with $3,400 of car notes. OMG, I don't want to say it no more. You know what I'm saying? What my auntie got to say? Auntie's like, we're having an adult conversation. Why does everyone have to justify, clarify, defend their opinion? Like what? They don't understand our concept. In our opinion, it's a new world, Auntie. We gotta be what do you call it? Politically correct these days. Everybody is extra sensitive. It's not a shot at anybody. It's about this new world. Before in life, we could really say what we wanted to say, and it just be your opinion. You never have to agree, but it's just the fact that yikes, it get a little tough out here. So yeah, let me get some more of these comments. I'm telling you, because I love the comments. This is why I created this channel for us, because it ain't just about me, it's about all collectively that's coming together. And I have a lot of wonderful, interesting Dub fan members that have a lot to say, and I appreciate all of it. It makes the channel interesting. Lucy B says, what Lucy B got to say? She said, I think Simone meant she went off of his potential when referring to Ebony. He had potential, but addiction or bad money management won. That could be your perspective. But like I said, they keep harping on the bus driver saying, like, I got a regular guy and look what I got. You didn't get a regular guy because, again, that mentality, let's say the blue collar worker, forget the bus driver, the blue collar worker that works for a company is getting the benefits. You don't have to worry about that guy splitting your retirement. And if you do in a divorce, if you're getting divorced, because that's what she was worried about, you're going to have his retirement because he's going to have a pension. He's going to have a retirement. Rashid, he won't have a retirement. He hasn't been in a career where he's in position. And that's the thing. I mean, just going the same with me. When I was a young whippersnapper, I knew, I saw so many people, even back in the day, telling me, yeah, I got my own company, but they working a regular job, or entrepreneurship truly wasn't for me. This is about as much entrepreneurship that I'm going to get into. I knew back then, probably at the age of 16, that I wanted to work for a solid company that is going to pay me a good salary, good benefits, and a pension. Like, I wanted to be how I saw people in the Army retiring at 38 or 40 or whatever. I wanted to be a part of that because, like, I worked all this time. I don't want to work for it all my life. I want you to pay me when I'm done. Okay, I thought that was fair, and I had great insight at 16. Not that I've done everything right in my life, but that's one thing I got right. Your boy J Dub got it right on that. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So yeah, I just think it's a huge mess. I think, in my opinion, Simone will be back very soon. She got Rashid out there stalking her, cutting the grass without her consent. And she says that's her best friend, that he's a provider. and he doesn't let her. She said like some of the lines like he don't let her down. I'm like, so he skip out on your birthday. He cancel your wedding twice. He is he's having financial infidelity on you after you set a whole system up. Like she probably wrote his whole schedule out for the day, what he gonna do and what he gonna spend and everything. And he refuses to follow that. Regardless of what he's got going on, he has not prioritized the wants of Simone. So if she good with it, we got to be good with it. So, that's her man, that's her love, that's her best friend, and so be it. But it ain't all what they try to make it seem. Yes, Lenny J, yes. 126K behind. Absolutely. You double your debt when we have an understanding that I don't need you to touch another. She told the man, she said, if you can't get the stuff in your name no more, that means you probably don't have the income or the credit to support it. Don't do it. Don't touch it. If it's over $1,000, I got to know about it. $126,000 behind the back. And granted, he still ain't buying nothing for a damn birthday. He ain't do nothing big for a birthday. You got $120,000. She's telling me he wasn't buying Jordans. He was $126,000 is not paying for no household bills. $126,000. Are you kidding me? Where's the money? Even the $3,400 car notes a month ain't that bad when it comes to $126,000. You double your debt after you promised me you wouldn't touch no more debt. Hey, it's just quite ridiculous. It's quite ridiculous. Plain and simple. Us men are simple creatures. Rashid is not ready for marriage. Point blank. Period. End of the story. He needs a lot of self-work and reflection. Wait, let me get Tina Bree. Let alone that. Exactly. So, just the same way, okay, they had $1,000 agreement and he went and charged $10,000 up in debt. That would be a huge deal. You hear what I said? I didn't say I didn't say 50,000. I didn't say 20,000. I said 10,000 with a lot. But he did 10 times that much while already having over $100,000 in debt. Are you kidding me? Is he trying to destroy her? I don't get it. Because yes, if he linked up with that man, yes, she would end up being responsible for that. Because then especially the money ain't cranking like it was, or she said it was before. And he's getting judgments, like it's going so far, he's getting sued in court that she has to handle it and do pro bono work for her fiance to get rid of her her stuff. That's tough. That's a tough position to put. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress. What auntie you had to say? No judgment here. She good. I'm good. We good. I just wish the best for her. Period. That's right. That's right. She good with it. Let her have at it. Let her have at it. He can write another note to her and say he gonna do better. He gonna clean up his credit. He gonna take his medicine. He going to, what else he got? He got the medicine thing. Oh, he got to go to therapy. But he stopped and then said, okay, I ain't going to therapy. I don't like my therapist. I ain't going back till you go. Excuse me? You ain't going back till I go? Yeah. Oh, Phil, yes, Phil. He was getting sued. She was going to court for free, representing him and getting them thrown out. And this is what Simone does. She does that. She works in the field of like credit. I ain't gonna say credit repair, but attorney, where she will fight the cases, or she like works with collection agencies to get people's money. So she knows what she's doing and got bills that he owed thrown away, and he goes and makes more. He goes and makes more. Are you kidding me? Who don't need a woman like that? Somebody in debt. She's a lifesaver. She's a lifesaver. She's a lifesaver. I'm telling you, I don't get it. I don't get it. What Marcy Robinson say? It's not his job. Rashid is a gambler and a hustler. This man has a son. What a poor example. Yeah, but what I'm gonna say, Marcy, is that he had two accounts. They were both in the negative, and he was waiting for a check to bring those current. And when I say a negative, who knows how much is negative? So you got to take care of that negative balance and those overdraft fees, whatever check he got. So that's not, you know, that ain't nothing to work with. Granted, yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm not tripping. Oh God, he's in debt. Oh no, it's a lot of people in debt. It's a lot of people who ain't paid their student loans from 20 years ago. But the fact of the matter is, you got to have some components to be able to attack that. Unless we're gonna write out and say, Simone, I need you to pay for everything. And she didn't agree to that. She set up a plan for him to take care of that business. He refused to do it and then continue to let her down. But the 126,000, could he not say put $10,000 to get that wedding on? Could he have not sold one of those cars to get that money going for a wedding? And he had to clean nothing up. If he'd have brought that $10,000 up for that wedding, it wouldn't, everything would have been given. The birthdays he missed, the financial infidelity, it would have been fine. All he had to do is get that 10K together. So out of 126,000, which he knew in a year in advance that he needed, he could not take $10,000 out of that and give his part to the wedding, which he agreed. At first, he initially said, I want it higher. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Let me see what we got. Feel good say, yeah, it's okay to be a hustler or entrepreneur. Yeah, if you choose to take risk or whatever, because yes, usually people who take risk get the highest rewards. But yeah, you have to be successful, but at any time that could go wrong. You need something stable or something almost sure, or a sound investment. And he had none of those. Simone said he didn't have business plans. He'd be like, "Oh, I gotta get rich quick scheme or whatever. Let's buy all the uranium, and then eventually they're gonna put it in Tesla's batteries, and then they'll come to us. It'll be billions of dollars. I just need $100,000 to do it." No, you know. Okay, let's get these comments. I love these comments. Danny Owen says, us single women over 40 without kids or husband don't have to scrape the bottom of the barrel. She says she isn't as beautiful as she once was and is less of a catch now. Great provider, child by absolutely. She totally like cut the market on herself or whatever. But as I said, the kind of, let's say, not saying it's not possible. I'm sure Simone DMs are blowing up, but normally the kind of man she looks for is probably looking at a younger woman, but she absolutely is. I've always thought top tier, a catch, and more men on Ready Love should have been checking for her. Absolutely. Yes, great provider. No, he takes her out to great dinners and he cuts her grass. And he pays the electric and the gas bill. Okay. You know. Nay says, why did Mama agree to sign for that? Mama agreed to buy the house. Mama agreed to buy a $120,000, $30,000 electric car for him. That's his mama. Baby boy, whatever. She betting on her baby. That's all I can say. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one. I have no idea. I'm just speculating. You know what I'm saying? What we got? 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 Another round says it's deeper than debt. Absolutely, we could work with the debt. That's what she do. She go in there and knock out. She didn't say it happened. It happened more than once. She go knock out $10,000 bills for you, and you go make more bills for her to fight that you agree that you would not do. It's way deeper than that. It ain't about the money. I ain't even tripping off of like, oh my God, Rashid doesn't know financial literacy and all that. Like I said, that's a deeper issue. I ain't talking, oh my God, he don't have no money. What I'm saying is why he needs money to fight this fight that he needs to break down the debt and build a life with Simone. Like she said, at her big grown age, you're gonna need some income, some steady income, and you're gonna need to work with her. Like she took over his whole life, and he just still didn't prioritize. And he didn't see it as important. So, sorry to this man. You know. And he has at least one PP loan, right? Yeah, I'm sure he blew through that like he blowing through all of it because there ain't no money there. He said both of his accounts were negative. She got him the PPP loan. That's why she said, I know you're not rich, because she went over his books and got him a legit PPP loan. Where's the money? I don't know. He's spending on bills. She said he didn't buy no Jordans. So I guess he wasn't splurging. All right, what Phil got to say? Phil comment tonight. And like I said, I get what brother Phil, it's different to have a guy in the comment. Let's say the real issue is that you're giving relationship advice and your relationship is not the best. I have a problem with people trying to prey on people with these messed up relationships. Right. And she said she didn't like that people were seeing them as couples goals and stuff like that because they had a lot of problems. And I'm thinking like, this is, let's call it the honeymoon stages of the relationship. And they were chalked and filled with a lot of problems and things that they have not discussed yet. You're absolutely right. And not only that, let's get to this. I'm glad you brought that up, Phil, because now give it a second. I've listened to Rashid's verbiage. He's getting ready to start something where, let's say, I don't know, he's going to start a Broken Men podcast of it. Something I could not really remember because I could not watch an hour and 49 minutes of word salad and fillers. He's getting ready to start something to give advice on men. I guess, to friend yourself, taking off the cap, how to take off all chains and stuff like that. And, and just take off the cap, just get rid of it. Give the cap to him so he can wear it, in secret. But yeah, it's Phil is right. Yes, like that's why I say that on the live. I was like, how does Derek Jackson even have a platform? He been telling women how men are dogging at women and doing them wrong and hustling them, manipulating them and all that. And he's doing the same thing. But and he lost, let's say he lost half his followers, but there's still another 100, 200,000 women that still believe in Derek Jackson. And yes, some people don't want the truth. Some people run away from the truth. Some people are into appearances and illusions, and that's just what it is. And it's sad, but we got to let people live in the blind. We got to, because that's where they want to be. They want to be in the dark. What Lucy B says, these comments are great. It keeps me going. I love it. Y'all keep doing it. Let's talk about it. J-Dub, do you believe, is he really going to sell his house? We got to ask mama, because it's his house, her house. Now, Simone says, like, hold up now. He is the owner of the house. He's on the deed. That does not mean you're the co-owner of the house. That means when the house gets sold, you have a piece of it, an equity, a say. It can be if mama, I'm not saying that if something happened to mama, yes, Rashid would get the house. But in real life, Rashid does not have control where he can sell that house without mama saying the house could be sold. That's mama's house. Don't be fooled by her. And she's caping for Rashid. He don't own a house. That's his mama house. His name is on the deed. You can put your damn dog on the deed, and that makes him a part owner if you sell it or anything like that, or you have to transfer it if something happens. My God. Keep reading. Marcy Robbins, a hustler isn't a businessman. The absolute goal is to have a plan, work the plan, written down with KPIs and a team, lawyer, and account behind you. I don't even know all that stuff. I'm just a regular worker. However, absolutely, that's what do you call it? That is, let me put my thing back on. I don't feel right. That's absolutely real, because in any facet of life, a well-made or well-thought-out plan can fail. What do you think is going to happen when you don't have a plan? And then you got hundreds of thousands of dollars. A disaster. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. If not, you in the blind, you winging it. No. Especially now with all this money. Lenny J say his mama gonna sell her house for sure. I hope she give him some money, put something in his checking and savings. Shit. What we got? I'm missing something. Marcy Robbins say, Rashid be I'll be good tour. Oh yeah, he definitely going in, and that was a part of it. granted, people said, well, he did the video to free himself. Again, I thought it was a ploy to kind of show Simone that he's taking accountability for what he did. He's going to clean up his life, and he's tired of the image because he's broken. Because she tried to get him right, and he refused to do it. So now he has to make this huge gesture to show that he's a changed man when the situations that he's dealing with, like not taking your medicine, refusing to go to therapy, refusing to work the plan, lying behind her back, manipulating her, is causing to push her away. And that's huge. That's huge. Let me see what we got here. Jenny Wright said it wasn't even 10K. They reduced the budget from 30 to 17 after he missed the first deadline. That balance is actually less than 10. Yes, because Jenny Rice, I don't know. Here's another fact in this. When he pushed the budget up to 30 and they agreed to that, because Simone didn't really want to spend that much. Her parents, who are 70 years old, have a pension, was going to take some money out their retirement. They insisted to pay a third of it. So it's going to be 10, 10, 10. So at this point, you're right. I don't even know what his numbers being cut to. However, he never came up with the money. He failed to make payment twice. And then he convinced her, he manipulated her to elope, and she was going to do it. She was going to do it. But then she said, I slept on it and said, damn, this man can't get 10K in a whole year, and he's spending $3,400 on car notes. Should we really be getting married? Come on now. And that's a very valid question. That's a very valid question. What Feel Good say? Simone was annoying already, love, but beautiful. Yeah, I thought in the beginning, I thought she kind of came around. She was annoying, but I got that sixth sense. I could kind of see through people's shortcomings. I could see through people's armor. I thought the right man would fit her well. So apparently she thought it was Rashid. Janera wrote, her personality leaves a lot to be desired. Men can smell desperate from miles away. That's so true, especially the ones who have true intuition. Absolutely. Especially when she hollering out, I was so beautiful. Like, what's this, 2 years ago? I was so beautiful, and she just started dogging herself. Some of the things might be true, but if you don't believe you something, who else is going to believe you something? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Coddling. Yes. She mothered that man. And I mean, all he had to do is stick to the plan. All he had to do is make some sacrifices and not even clean it up, still go back. But Simone had enough sense to say, I like some things that she was saying. She was like, in real life, this was like the only time I could make some corrective actions, because once we got married, you might as well shut up. It's done. In real life, because probably going to end up being miserable in the marriage, or they're going to get a divorce later. You know what I'm saying? She said this too. Tracy B. Yep, she said Rashid knew, or somebody said it, knew Simone would bail him out. That's why he kept doing it. She needs to keep it moving. And don't. I totally 100% agree. I said that on the live and Sabrina. So I was like, it's up to her to make that choice. However, on paper, the facts of what we got, and we know there's more that we haven't heard. The bad outweighs the good. There's no way it would make sense for her to stay. Her choice, but no way. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Okay, Lucy B. But the lies behind her back, the trust, it absolutely is. I mean, and he kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it, kept letting her down, kept feeding her some lies, manipulating, it's a thing. It's a thing, it's a thing. Her Highness, I think she said, and I'm putting it out there. This is what she said. I don't think she said she deleted his $100,000 student loan. She said she mentioned another YouTuber, Really BTV, who I'm down with and be working on panels. She said she worked on and deleted all her teacher student loan debt. I mean, like, that's what she does. She can go in there and knock your bills out that you owe, some of the bills. And as I said, for Rashid to continue to add more debt after she's working within her profession to help you is a huge slap in the face. I mean, it was so ridiculous. It's unheard of. Like, who wouldn't want their significant other to be an attorney that could work on the behalf of them to pay off some debts that you actually owe and get rid of it? Oh my goodness, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It sounds crazy to even say. What Marcy Robinson said, you're not even counting the fees he didn't pay her to work. No, she did that out of love. That was on that was on the arm for love. She ain't worried about that. But of course, she wants some. What do you call it? I'm losing my word. She wanted him to show some be thankful, be thankful for her jumping out there on him. That was the thing. Yeah, she put her neck on the line for him, and that was it. Let's see what it. King Bree said, "It's J Dub. Don't forget all the ladies that commented as well. Besides, feel good. What you mean, saying like or they was on her side, or Oh, I love this. Sorry, Tina, but I gotta get this. When I see the cap guard, yep, he capping. He the cap guard, not the car guard. The cap guard. That's his new name. The cap guard. That's exactly what he is. That's what's going on. He full of it. He full of cap, and he know it. He know it, and he know he ain't no good. He know he lying. He know he manipulating. But like I said, until Simone decides that that's exactly what she does not want in her life, then that's what it'll be. Because she's talking a good game. She's talking a good game, but it ain't really doing what it need to do. It's not. It's really not. Because again, she's showing every sign that she's going to go back. And again, that's her choice. Her choice. But don't put it all like that. Like you got that all in your mind where everything is understood and handled. It's a thing. Let's see. Look like my computer about to die. Tina Bree. I like this. This is what we here for. I better plug in my computer. This live is going and it's going. Tina Bree. J Dub, what is your zodiac sign, if I may? Of course you may ask Tina Bree. I'm a Pisces. I'm a passionate Pisces. We're very emotional. And that doesn't mean crying, or that's what the basis of it. We're very passionate people, amongst other things. And if you're in that zodiac sign, I mean, drop me some stuff, because I like to learn about this stuff. I had a good book on that one time, because I am a firm believer that the zodiac style stuff be hitting on some stuff, because again, people understand like, oh, people aren't all the same, because they're not. There are different levels to your sign, like where you're at. Like, if you're in the beginning stages or you're a master of your sign, it's a real thing. Oh, feel good. That's a good question. Where is his frat brothers? I know he got some resources. Exactly, he does. That's where he got the money from. That's where he got that 126,000. He went to his frat brothers and they got loans or gave him loans in their name. So he was very adamant that he has to pay those loans back because he didn't want to mess up their credit. Y'all give me a second, because I'm gonna have to plug my Joan up for a minute. Give me an intermission. Give me about a minute and a half. I'm still on though. Let's see. Give me about a minute and a half. Is this damn tangent? Give me. I'm still here, y'all. Don't go nowhere. I see the thing pumping. Because this is good. This is good stuff. This is great stuff. It's all about these comments. Well, that's what I'm here for, y'all. Y'all doing it for me with these comments. Let's see. This thing gonna work. Is this thing on? Are we live? I thought I was doing the right thing over here. Only I work my own computer. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I don't see it. Where the thing at? Gotta be this one. There we go. There we go. Hopefully I got some juice in my light. I got a little juice in my light. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get back on. Put me back on program. All right, we back. All right. Thank you for your patience. Where we at? I got my computer. My computer was down. I guess I didn't prepare like Rashid. I didn't this time I didn't charge up my computer. What we got here? What we got here? What we got? 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 Danny always say, J Dub, there you all right back there? Yeah, I'm all right. I had to my computer was dying. Like I said, I didn't like Rashid, I didn't prepare for my life or what I had to do because y'all know I had a day or some hours to have my laptop charged up, but I've been very busy, so I forgot to charge my laptop up, so I had to do it now. Let's see. Who's that? Who's in Rashid was in chiropractic school. I heard that a part of the reason he had those student loan debts because he tried to finish his master's program, but he didn't finish it. And what, spent $100,000 on failing in school? Shit. You know, ain't no way. Hampton, here she come. Here she come. Here she come with them comments. When any live, wherever you see all Hampton name, you better read them comments. You better read her comment. Oh my goodness. You let Rashid flip your power bill money. Yeah, he's a provider. He can work that, he can make that power bill money shake and the gas and everything, because that's what a provider does. But yeah, so yeah, so I think that's about it. I think that's about it. So we're gonna close it out. I do be seeing in the chat, they be like, hey, we need to do what we need to do. Shoot, I finally got 100 people in the chat. I almost don't want to leave because when I get up there, I get excited. I'm a small YouTuber. We definitely gonna do Married at First Sight. We definitely we definitely gonna do Married at First Sight. We definitely gonna do Real Housewives of Atlanta. I might just do one for Real Housewives of Atlanta because it's like the other one is coming. I might do two and one or whatever. Who knows? Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna do a reunion because that's what I've been waiting for. I've been trying to run through or get rid of the I guess the filler episodes of Married at First Sight because I think it's absolutely absurd and ridiculous. They like dragging us and making where are they now? Where are they next? I don't want to see none of that. Get me to the meat and potatoes. So now we look like we got part 1 and part 2. So I would definitely put out a Married at First Sight live. Did I say live? Maybe a review. I don't know. I'm gonna do either one, but I'm gonna give y'all notice. I ain't gonna I'm gonna do y'all like Rashid. I give you 3-day notice, or it's gonna be less than that when if I'm gonna do a live or if I'm gonna do a review on it. And we definitely gonna do Real Housewives alive. Brother, feel good. I appreciate you coming through and like the live, put the thumbs up. So yeah, I enjoyed myself. I always enjoy myself. It's something about the energy of the live. Tracy B said, hey, live, please. I work for y'all. So Tracy B said she want me to do the live. That's what we're gonna do. We gotta do a live. I will schedule it. I don't know exactly when. J-Dub, he do gotta get to work and do his thing. However, gotta get the extra. I can't be Rashid. If my money low or it's funny, I'm gonna do something about it. I ain't gonna say, put on my my too tight suit and my pants that go up the ankles and say like, I'm a business owner and we're good. I'm living lifestyle. No, I'll go work for mine. I'm gonna always do that. If I got to put 2 or 3 things together, I'm gonna do that. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing since I was like youngin'. You know what I'm saying? So Tracy B said we need a live. So that's what it's gonna be. I do this for y'all. So that's what it will be. So expect a live on Married at First Sight. Expect a live on Real Housewives because the live does have a great feel to it. I cannot deny that. I will have to do my little notes and stuff to give y'all the bits and pieces or whatever. But Danny Owens said, "Come on with the live." There you go. Then a live it shall be. So yeah. I don't really got no more to say. I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming through, always supporting. What can I say? Y'all the best. I do this for y'all. This is our channel. I mean that. You know, I love this positive energy. I'm not a person of words of affirmation, but I appreciate and believe. I don't believe y'all capping when y'all say stuff like this. Just listen to astrology. You did great. You know, you did great. Ah, stop it. Tanja H. Marriage. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm not gonna do that no more. Lyrics mom. It's a good time. Yes, it is. I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. Sugar 48. Hugs. I got hugs, virtual hugs. Yeah, so live coming soon on Married at First Sight this weekend and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Again, thank y'all. As I always tell y'all, there's no cap ever, 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 ever. When I tell y'all, y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I 100% mean it. I'll see y'all later. My horse's voice. Thanks, Her Highness. Thank you.